It's almost time for another exciting NFL clash, and EA Sports is proud to bring it to you. Welcome to Nashville. Tom Hammond here, and beside me, Chris Collinsworth. Thanks for joining us for this matchup between the Titans and the Cardinals. Well, get your bowl of popcorn, your favorite beverage, get settled in. We're just about ready for the opening kick. Baronis is just about ready to put his leg into this game. Fitzgerald kicks this one deep. From the 5. And now their offense will take the field for the first time in the game. The Cardinals will start the drive at the 23-yard line. First and 10. The Titans line up in a 4-3. Little handoff.
The defense held their position and didn't let him get away on that one.
2 on the play. Second and 8 coming up here. Ball on the 25-yard line. They come out in a nickel. Reston takes off in motion. Back to throw. And that was a great job to get to him for the sack.
Man, I'm really impressed by that guy out there. You try to single block him, you can't. You try and double team him, you still can't block him. There are some guys in the league that are just too good.
Ball on the 19-yard line. The Tennessee Titans bring in their dime package. He drops back under heavy pressure. Pass completed.
And you could see the defense that time. They knew exactly where those first down chains were. They were going to allow some underneath passes, but then came up and made the tackle, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Big play that time.
The defense had their number during that last series as they go 3 and out.
And it really looked like the defense won the battle up front. The big guys controlling the line of scrimmage made the difference there.
Calls for the fair catch. Fair catch made at the 17-yard line. The Titans will start the drive at the 17-yard line. First and 10. The Titans come out in bunch formation. All kinds of pressure. Drops the easy pick. Washington was unable to make the catch on that pass attempt. On the play. Second and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line. Back to pass. Short pass. Had his hands on it and dropped it.
And you could see him look up. There's a guy that is so adept at making moves once he has the ball in his hands. He just wanted to get to that before he caught the football.
Third and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line. The Cardinals bring in the nickel package. Drops back. Throws it deep. Left side. It's completed. What an open field tackle by Ware. One back, baby, one back. The halfback with the carry.
Well, they might not be breaking off any big gains, but you can see those offensive linemen still working hard down there.
Ball on the 39-yard line. Ball on the 39-yard line. Out of the I formation. Hands it off.
This is a spot when you want to show the defense they have to respect your running game.
Third down here, they have to get it to the 31-yard line to convert. Little handoff. And this one looks like it's going to come back.
Holding on the offense, number 54.
And you try to keep your offense on schedule. Anytime you take a penalty, it's just so much harder to pick up a first down.
Third down here, they have to get it to the 31-yard line to convert.
Watch the ball, be smart. Don't jump outside. Watch the ball, watch the ball.
The Arizona Cardinals line up with a nickelback. Drops back to pass. Tries to fake the defense. He's laying it out there. Wilson gets the pick. There may have been some miscommunication on that.
Or it may have just been a really bad pass. I'm voting for the latter.
So they're ready to go on offense after the interception. They'll start at the 27. The Tennessee Titans come out in a 4-3. It's right. Huge hit.
Boy, if you can get that block on the edge out there, when you have a guy with this kind of speed and quickness, it just makes that play so much easier. And defensive coordinators go crazy. That's the one thing any defense should be able to do is contain that outside pitch.
The Titans go with a four-man front. The halfback with the carry.
Just keep hanging with that run. You know, sooner or later, the defense is going to make a mistake and allow a big one to break into the end zone.
Second down, 10 yards to go on the 40-yard line. Ace backfield this time. On the ground, with a tailback. Fumble on the play. The Cardinals recovered it. That was a fortunate pass for the offense. They line up at the 44 on the 44-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Direct.
Defense lines up with 8 men in the box. They give it to the tailback. Number 23 will drop him behind the line. Wright cannot reach the first down marker.
Now, the defense really stood their ground out there, didn't they? They just didn't let them get loose.
Graham awaits the snap. Davis will be the return man. And it will go out of bounds. First down, 10 to go.
Ball on the 29-yard line.
The Cardinals go with a four-man front. Here's a counter play.
So important as a coach to establish that running game and use it as a weapon that keeps that defense off guard.
Second and 6.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
Johnson is the single setback. Scaife takes off in motion. Drops back. Crosses the line. And he dives forward. And they get him at the 42-yard line. Gets it off. After that run, they might try to give him the ball a few more times.
I agree. It looks like the defense is a little tired out there. Whatever the case, they're having a tough time now stopping the run.
First and 10.
Ball on the 45-yard line.
Young will line up with the shotgun formation. They'll throw on first down. Wilson gets the pick. Nice pick for the safety.
You could see the quarterback that time trying to look the safety off, but this safety is simply too smart. He was having none of it and jumped in front to make the interception.
After the interception, they'll set up shop at the 38. 5 DBs on the field. They give it to the tailback.
It's so important to pound the defense with the run because it just wears defenses out.
And that's the end of the first quarter. No score after 1.
The teams are ready for the second quarter.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
Ace backfield this time. He drops back. Pass is complete.
And what do you do when you're trying to cover a guy with that kind of speed? You have to back off of him. You have to respect his speed, and then he can do just about anything to you.
First and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line.
The Cardinals line up with 3 receivers bunched. Incomplete pass. Bolden was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete.
Second and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line.
Single set backfield. Warner sends one of his guys in motion. Back to throw. Defense closing in. It's completed. Fitzgerald keeps the chains moving. He's picked up both first downs on this series. They're in field goal range.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
One-man backfield. Reston, the man in motion. A little misdirection.
I don't know, Tom. It looked like he hit the hole with very much conviction on that one.
Second and 9.
Ball on the 22-yard line.
Ace backfield this time. He drops back to pass. He's under pressure. It's incomplete.
I know you want to be cautious in the red zone, but that was a little bit too cautious. You have to give your receiver a chance.
Third and 9. Ball on the 22-yard line.
Ace backfield this time. Warner sends one of his guys in motion. Back to pass. Pass completed. And that one will go for a first.
Very nice start to the drive. 3 first downs and a pretty ball thrown that time by the quarterback.
First and goal at the 2.
2-yard line.
This will be their first snap inside the 20 today. Here's the halfback. Still moving.
I know they didn't get much, but it's all about making the defense respect the fact that they are willing to run.
One yard to the goal line.
On the 1-yard line.
The Titans go with a 4-man front. On play action. Passes. End zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rackers makes it a 7-point game. Arizona in control. Arizona will be kicking off.
Williams back deep to return.
From the 9. Loose ball. He picks it up, and he's got room to run. He can't be tackled, and he scores. What a play! And he scoops it up and scores. What a play!
Do you know how hard it is to scoop up one of those loose fumbles on the run, maintain possession, and get it in the end zone? What a great athletic play.
They're lining it up for the point after. And the point after is good. Arizona gets ready to kick it away.
Williams back to return.
Good distance on the kick. Has it at the 5.
Kickoff return 19 yards.
And it'll be very interesting to see if they can overcome that last fumble on this drive. And we're at the 3-minute mark.
At the 24-yard line. First and 10.
Here's a counter play. He is hit hard on the play. They caught the defense out of position on that one.
And this defense may be a little susceptible to that kind of a thing. They're so aggressive running to the football. That time they flowed downhill, got caught on the counter, lucky to contain that one for what it was.
Ace backfield this time. Pass is complete. And this receiver just blows it, and the defense is in man cover. First and 10.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
One man backfield. A little misdirection. What a hit. I don't think he even saw that guy.
3-yard gain on the play.
Second and 7 coming up here.
Ball on the 46-yard line.
What's green, baby?
Here's a counter play. And he just got hammered.
They just have to keep pounding it at him. Just keep that defense tired on its heels, and the big gains will come later in the second half.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
Here's the give. Nice play fake. There for the reception. Let's see if the offense can keep up the pace.
Watch that QB scramble.
Drops back on first down. Pass is complete. What a hit. Pick up of about 7. And they'll go no up here. Back to pass. And he just throws this one out of bounds. Third down coming up after that incompletion. Third down, and they'll have to try to get it past the 24-yard line to pick up a first. Johnson is the deep back as they line up in the I. Arizona calls timeout. And that was their first timeout. This will be a 41-yard attempt. Right down the middle. Baronis places the ball on the tee and will get ready to kick this one off. He gets his leg into this one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
The first and 10 will start the drive at the 20-yard line. First and 10.
The Tennessee Titans go with a four-man front. He looks to throw on first down. Incomplete pass. Hightower wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play.
Second and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line.
The Titans come out in a 4-3. It's completed. The 40. There's no one around. The 40. The 30. The 20. The 10. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Anquan Boldin is simply one of the toughest players at any position in the NFL. We all think back to that tremendous hit he took, the broken jaw, the fact that he came back and played just a couple of weeks later. I just love watching this guy play the game.
Rackers lining up for the point after. Rackers adds the extra point. Arizona will be kicking off.
Williams back deep.
Great kick here. From the 3. They had to settle for a field goal on their last drive. They take the field again, looking to put up another score.
From their own 26-yard line at the 26-yard line. First and 10.
Young is back in the gun. He looks to throw on first down. It's completed at the 50, the 40, the 30, open field ahead. The 10, touchdown Titans. That's a huge play by the quarterback. Baronis lining up for the point after. Up and good. Tennessee gets ready to kick it away.
Fitzgerald back to return.
Booming kick. Looking to go up 2 touchdowns on this drive. First down, 10 to go.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
The Titans go with a 4-man front. Drops back on first down. Here's the deep throw. He brings it in, and he has room to run. The 10, touchdown Cardinals. And the point after is good. Rackers tees up the ball and looks ready to kick it deep.
Williams back deep to return.
Kicks this one deep. Fields it at the 3. Still moving.
Kickoff return, 19 yards.
The defense looks to rebound after that last effort when they allowed a touchdown. They'll take over and 23-yard line.
First and 10.
Young lines up in the shotgun formation. He looks to throw on first down. And it's tipped away. Gage was unable to make the catch on that pass
The
attempt.
intended receiver on the play. Second and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line.
From the gun. Drops back to pass. Pass is complete. Tennessee will take a timeout. Ball on their own 35.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
Arizona brings in their prevent defense. There are 7 DBs on the field. Falls incomplete. A punishing blow by the defender.
And you know you're going to get hit as a wide receiver. You've got to hang on to those balls, but that was a big shot.
Second and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line.
The Arizona Cardinals line up with a quarter defense. There are 7 defensive backs on the field. Back to throw. Scramble. The Titans will take a timeout. And now they've only got 1 remaining. We've got 3rd and 3 here.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
Let's go tandem, baby. Tandem, baby. Let's go.
They'll go from the shotgun. Back to pass. Tipped away. Britt was his intended target on that one, but they can't complete the pass. Reston is back deep to return. Signals for the fair catch.
Fair catch made at the 11-yard line. First and 10. Ball on the 11-yard line.
West green, baby.
The Titans come out in a 4-3. A little misdirection. Still pushing. Hightower running hard, going right through the arm tackle.
8 on the play.
Second and 2.
Ball on the 19-yard line.
The Tennessee Titans come out with 8 guys in the box. And as we head to halftime, the score is 28-10. Cardinals.
28. The Titans. 10.
And we'll see how this one turns out as we're set to get the second half underway. And the referee will give us the call on the field after that errant kick.
You've got to be able to hit something that's 53.5 yards wide, right?
They'll be set up with good field position after he sent that one out of bounds.
They'll take over
First down
the
now,
40-yard
and 10 to go.
First and 10.
Out of the I formation. On the ground with a tailback. Johnson comes away with 2 yards on the carry.
2 on the play.
Second down and 8.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
From the gun. Back to pass. Under heavy pressure. Now he's scrambling. Barry tackles him at the 43-yard line. Nowhere to go for the quarterback.
Pretty impressive on the defensive side that time. Not only did they get the play covered in the secondary, but there were enough people around the quarterback to keep him from breaking out of there on the run.
The Arizona Cardinals bring in the nickel package. Play fake. And it's tipped away. Britt was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, sometimes those tip balls end up being tipped up in the air, and that's what defenses really feed on, those tip drills.
Hendrick to punt. Reston awaiting the return. Calls for the fair catch. First down, 10 to go.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
The Titans line up in a 4-3. Here's a counter play. They got 4 yards there.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Second and 6.
Ball on the 24-yard line.
The Tennessee Titans go with a 4-man front. And that flag was thrown in the area of holding.
On the offense, number 7.
That penalty will move them back a bit.
That's just sloppy play there. You have to be able to concentrate in these situations. You're just giving away yardage.
Ball on the 14-yard line.
The Titans line up in a 4-3. Incomplete pass. Fitzgerald wasn't able to bring it in. Incomplete pass on the play.
Third and long. Ball on the 14-yard line.
Warner back in the shotgun. He drops back to pass. Falls incomplete.
Pass interference on the defense, number 23.
And they say the defender made contact with the receiver too early.
But the defender can't go through the offensive player on the way to the ball, and that's what happened there.
First and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line.
Let's go, Spain! Let's go, Spain!
The Tennessee Titans come out in a 4-3. Drops back on first down. Takes a shot deep to the right. Caught out of bounds, incomplete.
Not a perfectly timed throw that time. Held on to it just a little too long and led the receiver out of bounds.
Second and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line.
The Titans come out with 8 guys in the box. Here's the halfback.
You have to keep the defense honest by mixing those runs and passes.
Third down and 7. Ball on the 33-yard line.
The Tennessee Titans bring in the nickel package. He goes deep this time. It's completed. The 20. He can't be tackled. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Antoine Gordon has really exploded on the scene out of Florida State University. Here's a guy who is the fastest in NFL history to catch 500 balls. Happened in just 80 games.
Rackers lining up for the point after. Up and good. Arizona will be kicking off.
Williams back deep.
The kick is away. From the 7. The defense forced a punt last time after 3 plays.
Williams on the return.
First down now.
Will start the
10 to
drive
go.
at the 21-yard line. First and 10.
One man backfield. Won't be stopped. Gain of 5 on the play.
Carry. 5-yard gain on the play.
Second down and 5 to go.
Ball on the 26-yard line.
Young will line up with the shotgun formation. Back to pass. Scramble. Number 51 drags him to the ground at the 30-yard line. And he picks up about 4. 3rd and 1 coming up on this
Ball
play.
on the 30-yard line.
They'll go from the I formation. Little handoff. Johnson gains around 3 yards on the run.
First and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line.
They line up in an I. On the ground with a tailback.
Nice job of gap control defense there. Really no place to run.
It's second down and 8 to
Ball
go.
on the 35-yard line.
Young is back in the gun. Drops back. Pass completed. He got deep, completed.
On the
Nice
reception.
job getting that
The
pass
result
out
of the
there.
play
Getting
is
it
a
for
first down.
First down now and 10
Ball
to go.
on the 45-yard line.
The Arizona Cardinals come out in a 4-3. They'll throw on first down. And the pass falls incomplete. They can't complete the pass. Now the offense will be looking at second down.
Second and 10. Ball on the 45-yard line.
The Cardinals line up with a nickelback. He drops back. All kinds of pressure. It's completed. Gage picks up about 4 yards with the
Gain
catch.
of 4 on the play.
This is
Third
the
and
8th play of this
6.
drive.
Ball on the
50.
49-yard line.
They come out in a nickel.
come on.
Crumpler takes off in motion. He drops back to pass. Moves forward. Wilson gets the pick.
Let's go, baby. Plug it.
hands it off. On play action, defense closing in. Pass completed. He didn't get back to the line. That's number 6. He's come up big for this offense. Second and long situation coming up here.
40-yard line.
Ace backfield this time. Warner sends one of his guys in motion. A little misdirection. What a brutal hit. He gains a couple of yards on the carry. It's third down, 10 yards for a first.
42-yard line.
Three buzz.
The Titans bring in their dime package. He didn't get his feet set as he proved. It's completed. That's now 300 yards passing for the quarterback.
And it's a show I'm enjoying watching. Wow, 300 yards already in this game. I hope the trainers have a little ice for his shoulder and maybe a little ice for the egos of that defense.
Ball on the 46-yard line.
Ball on the 46-yard line.
Watch that power.
The Tennessee Titans line up in a 4-3. And that's the end of the third quarter. The Arizona Cardinals 35, the Titans 10.
The Titans 10. The fourth quarter is about to begin.
First down now and 10 to
Ball
go.
on the 46-yard line.
The Titans come out in a 4-3. They need to come up with a better game plan to stop this guy.
Yeah, you're not kidding. They can't keep giving up those big chunks of yardage like that. They do, it's going to be awfully tough to stop this offense.
First and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line.
The Tennessee Titans line up with a nickelback. Here's a counter play. The counter play is good for about a yard.
1 yard gain on the play.
Ball on the 34-yard line.
Ball on the 34-yard line.
Posse.
Ace backfield this time. On the ground with a tailback. What a shot. 1 yard gain on the play.
1 yard gain on the play.
Third down here, and they'll try to get it inside the 25-yard line to convert. The Titans bring in the nickel package. Here's a draw. Runs over tackle.
Let's go. 9-9. Let's go. 9-9.
First down, looking to throw. Falls incomplete. Bolden was unable to make the catch on that pass
The
attempt.
intended receiver on the play.
This is
Second
the
and
ninth
10.
play of this drive.
Ball on the 25-yard line.
Ace.
The Arizona Cardinals come out in bunch formation. Here's a counter play. The defense got the job done on that play.
No gain on the play.
This is the
Third and
10th
10.
play of the drive. They
Ball
find
on the
themselves in
25-yard
scoring
line.
range. The Tennessee Titans go with a four-man front. They give it to the fullback. He's dropped for a loss. A lot of coaches would have tried to get the first hit.
Yeah, but you do gamble if you put the ball in the air in that situation. I think right now the coach is saying I have more faith in my defense to make some stops than my offense to convert that play.
So the kicker comes out to try and put 3 points on the board.
the left.
After the missed field goal, they'll set up shop at the 34. Young will line up with the shotgun formation. They'll throw on first down. And it's picked. The 40. Not a good time for an interception. After the defense gets the takeaway, they're now set to go at the 36-yard line. The Titans line up in a 4-3. They go with a run. Big-time play by the defensive end.
1 yard gain on the play.
Second and 9.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
The Tennessee Titans come out in a 4-3. They hand it off. Hightower picks up about 4 yards on the play.
Gain of 4 on the play.
On third down, they need to get it to the 26 to convert. The Titans go with a 4-man front. They give it to the tailback.
Right on the carry. 1 yard gain on the play.
Right calling the field goal up here. He's got it.
Attempt is good.
And that kick causes the penalty flag to come out.
I know this is a game of emotion, and if you're not emotional on the football field, you're going to get beat anyway. But you can't let your emotions get away from you.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
They'll work from the shotgun. Gage, the man in motion. They'll throw on first down. And the pass falls incomplete.
Pass interference on the defense. Number 56.
So he pays for his
First
aggressiveness.
down.
What a lot of people don't know is that there is one official assigned to watch every single receiver on the field. So there's no question that something like that is going to be seen and called.
Drops back on first down. Crosses the line. And they get him at the 35-yard line. Made the play with his feet rather than his arm there.
And defensive coordinators hate running. They really do. Because it's one more spot on the field that against some quarterbacks you don't
First
have to
down.
defend.
And the defense gives up some free yards to the offense.
I always thought a defensive penalty was so much more deflating than an offensive penalty because on offense you have a chance to make up for it. On defense, a lot of times it's big yardage and automatic first down.
He looks to throw on first down. It's completed. They'll hurry back to the line. They'll throw on first down. Plenty of room in the pocket. Pass completed.
Purple, 19.
Back to pass. He's under pressure. And he throws it away. Second down for the offense after that incomplete pass. Second and goal now at
Ball
the
on
2.
2-yard line.
The Cardinals bring in the nickel package. Drops back to pass. Scramble. That looked like a busted play to me, Chris.
Yeah, I don't think that was a designed quarterback run on that one. He simply couldn't find anybody open, saw a running lane, and boy, that didn't stay open for very long either.
Crumpler was the intended receiver on the play, and it falls incomplete. Here's the halfback. Doc drops him for a loss, and the referee threw the flag on that play. Let's hear what the call is going to be.
Number 64, first down.
They're backed up.
Will start the drive at the 2-yard line. First and 10.
The halfback with the carry. He was looking for some room on the ground, but the defense was right there.
Yeah, the defense really sold out on the run that time. I was hoping I would see a quarterback audible there because the defense was showing they were going to play the run. They did play the run, and obviously the quarterback didn't make the right call.
So this one is all wrapped up. Our final score is the Arizona Cardinals 38, the Tennessee Titans 10. So for myself and Chris Collinsworth, we'd like to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.